Hello, welcome to my another lecture on group theory, that is groupoid. In this lecture, the learner will be able to understand what is groupoid and monoid. What is groupoid and monoid? In this lecture, only two things the learner will be able to understand. That is, one is groupoid and another thing is monoid. Okay. So now let's start. What is groupoid? What is groupoid? A non-empty set G equipped with one operation, that is, this is composition, or you can say composition, is called groupoid. That is, G is groupoid. G for G, capital G. G is groupoid if G is closed for this composition. It is denoted by G star. Now this is very important. That is, I have written if G is closed. What do you mean by G is closed? This is very important. G is closed. If G is closed, G is a non-empty subset, non-empty set. If G is closed, then we can say it is a groupoid. If G is closed, it is denoted by G star. That means, for example, I have taken n natural number plus. Natural number plus is a groupoid. Natural number plus is a groupoid. So what do you mean by now closed? This is very important. This is very important thing. If G is a non-empty set, if G is closed, then it is called groupoid. That comes, for example, suppose set of, for example, n equal to set of natural number. Set of natural number. Set of natural numbers. That is equal to 1, 2, 3, this set of natural numbers. Now I have taken set of natural number plus. Taking any two sets, if we take, that means what is closed? Closed means if we take any two numbers from this, then that two numbers you have to operate either plus, minus, or into, or division. Then if this belongs to n, then we can say it is closed. It is closed. Okay, it is closed. Okay, this is very important. Suppose I am taking 2 and 3. 2 and 3. So now I have written n plus is a groupoid. N plus, you see, n plus is a groupoid. N plus means I am taking two numbers, that is 2 plus 3, that comes 5. 5 belongs to natural number. So it is, therefore G is closed. Therefore G is closed under plus on set of natural number. Under plus. G is closed. G is closed. So this is n plus. Therefore we can say n plus is a groupoid. Now you can say, sir, you are taking n plus is a groupoid because set of natural numbers, then addition of these two belongs to n. So it is closed. Closed means these two numbers, if we take suppose division, if we take division, suppose 2 division 3, that comes 2 by 3. 2 by 3. If we take this 2 by 3 not belongs to natural number, so in that case G is not closed. Therefore G is not closed. So G is not closed on, G is not closed, try to understand, G is not closed on under division on natural number. G is not closed. Therefore we can say in that case G comma division is not a groupoid. Is not a groupoid. Is not a groupoid. Now you can check whether I have written, suppose you can say, sir, G plus, n plus, here G not G, here n plus, n division. N division is not a groupoid. Once again, if we take two numbers from this, that is 2 and 3, if we take division of this, that is 2 divide 3, that comes 2 by 3, not belongs to n, so G is not closed. If this 2 by 3 not belongs to n, so G is not closed under division on set of natural number. So n division is not a groupoid. I have not written here n division sign. Okay. So now you can say suppose n into n plus I have written. Now n into is a groupoid or not? Tell me. You can check. Say take any two numbers. That means suppose 2 and 4. 2 and 4. So 2 into 4 into sign is there. 2 into 4 that comes 8. 8 belongs to natural number. Yes. 8 belongs to natural number. So we can say n cross is a groupoid. Is a groupoid. Is a groupoid. Is a groupoid. N cross n natural number and natural number into is a groupoid for set of natural number. Now if z minus I have written here, z minus is a groupoid or not? Tell me. Z minus. If I take z, what is z actually? What is z? Z is a integer. I already told in my previous lecture. Z, what is z? Z is a integer. Z equal to I am taking dot 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 minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, then 0, 1, then 2, then 3, dot 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 dot. This is z. Okay. Now I have taken z minus. Yes, z minus is a groupoid or not? I will check. Say two numbers minus 3 and 4. Minus 3 and 4. So z minus, that means 3 minus 3 minus 4, that comes this minus this I am taking. So minus 7, this is yes belongs to z. Belongs to z. So therefore G is closed. G is closed under negation, negative, under minus on set of integer z, set of z. Therefore z minus is a groupoid. Z minus is a groupoid. Z minus is a groupoid. You can say z minus is a groupoid. Now suppose here I have taken q plus q into is a q cross. Q cross is a R groupoid. Q cross is a groupoid or not? Q cross is a groupoid or not? Anything you can check by this way. Anything. Suppose q plus, q minus, q division is a groupoid or not? Whether by this way you can check it. Now here I have taken that is z minus is a groupoid. Suppose you can ask me, sir, z plus is a groupoid? Yes, you can check it. No problem. You can ask me, sir, z minus is a groupoid. So can z plus is a groupoid? Yes, you can check it. So taking suppose this plus, then these two numbers I am choosing from z, that is minus 3 plus 4, that comes minus 7. Sorry, that comes minus, that is 1. 1 belongs to z. So z is closed under positive on set z. So z plus is a groupoid. Z plus is also a groupoid. Z plus is also a groupoid. Z plus is also a groupoid. Okay, now can you check that is into z into is a groupoid or not? Yes, you can check it. You take these two in product, that means minus 12 belongs to z. So G is closed. G is closed, we can say under positive on set z. So z into is also a groupoid. Z into is also a groupoid. Now you can check it whether z division is a groupoid or not. Z division is a groupoid or not. You can check it whether z division is a groupoid or not. Now you have to check by this way. This divide sign take here, that is minus 3 by 4. This is not belongs to z. So z is not closed. G is not closed under division on set z. Therefore z division is not a groupoid. Is not a groupoid. Is not a groupoid. Okay. Is not a groupoid. Okay. Z division is not a groupoid. Okay. So this is actually all our groupoid. I think everybody understood. You can check this one also. Q into is a groupoid or not? How to check? Q means what is Q? What is Q? What is Q? Tell me. Set of rational number. Take two rational number. Take two rational number. Then the product of that two, that belongs to Q. If we take any two rational number, then cross, here is cross. Then cross multiplication of their two rational number becomes, result becomes rational number. Result becomes rational number. So we can say that is Z into is a Z cross is a groupoid. Groupoid is another name. There is another name of groupoid, that is quasi group. Groupoid or quasi group. You can say quasi group. Quasi, Q-U-A-S-I. Quasi group. Quasi group, or you can say groupoid or groupoid. Sometimes in the question they can ask what is quasi group. That means you have to write the definition of groupoid. You have to write the definition of groupoid. Quasi group or groupoid are same thing. Now we are coming to another point, another topic, that is monoid. What is called monoid? What is called monoid? Monoid. This is in your syllabus. This is very important topic. That is monoid. Monoid. What is called monoid? A semi-group So monoid, a semi-group is called monoid. If there exists an identity element E. Identity element E in G such that E composition A equal to A composition E equal to A for all A belongs to G. So a semi-group, I'll discuss semi-group also here. A semi-group is called monoid if there exists an identity element E in G such that E composition A equal to A composition E equal to A for all A belongs to G. Here E is the identity element. Here E is the identity element. Here E is the identity element for example. Try to understand monoid. A semi-group is called monoid if there exists an identity element E in G such that E composition A equal to A composition E equal to A. So now what is E actually? What is E actually? Actually, say for example, say n for natural number, that is 1, 2, 3, ... Okay. A belongs to G, small a, where A is the element of the set. Say, suppose I am taking an element 2. So 2. Okay. So there is any element in set n such that the addition or multiplication or subtraction or division with this, that means with this, then we get the same element, that is E, that is A. That means E into E composition A equal to A composition E equal to A. That means if I take another, suppose 2 belongs to n, now you can check 1 into 2 equal to 2 into 1 equal to 2 belongs to n. Belongs to n. So here we can say, you see, 1 into 2. 1 into 2 and equal to 2 into 1 equal to 2. That means here 1 is the identity element. 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 Okay. So now, can any number which is the identity element of 2? No. There is no number. You see. So there is no number from n. We can find that number into 2 is equal to 2. There is no number except 1. You see. So we can say here 1 is the identity element. Here 1 is the identity because 1 belongs to n. 1 belongs to n and 2 belongs to n, such that 1 into 2 equal to 2 into 1 equal to 2, that comes belongs to n. E composition n, try to understand. E composition A equal to A composition E equal to A. That means here A equal to 2 and E equal to 1, A equal to 2, E equal to 1, I am putting over here. Then E into A equal to A into E equal to A. You see? Can any numbers we can find here? The identity element? No, there is no number which is multiplied with 2, then it becomes 2. There is no number belongs to n. So here we can say 1 is the identity element. So we can say n cross, we can say n cross is a monoid. Is a monoid because 1 is the identity for the multiplication. 1 is the identity for the multiplication. 1 is the identity for the multiplication. Now you can say now suppose you are taking 2 belongs to n, but we can say 0 into 2 is equal to 2 into 0, that comes 0. This we can say 0 is the identity element, but you see 0 not belongs to natural number. 0 not belongs to natural number. So additive identity of 0 is not possible. 0 not belongs to capital N. But 1 into 2 equal to 2 into 1. 1 into 2 into 2 into 1 equal to 2 belongs to n. So 1 is the identity element. So this is monoid. Monoid means from the set of natural number, can you find any two numbers? That means suppose 2 belongs to n, then can you find any other numbers on n such that number into 2 is equal to 2 into that number equal to 2. So only 1. So 1 is the identity element. So we can say n in cross is a monoid because 1 is the identity element. Identity element for multiplication. Okay. For multiplication. Okay. Now I'll come to that is semi-group. Then you will understand very nicely that is monoid. So what is actually semi-group? Semi-group. This is very, very important. Semi-group. An algebraic structure. Semi-group. An algebraic structure. An algebraic structure G star is called semi-group if the binary operation star satisfies associative property. Associative property. Associative property. If the associative property, a binary operation is satisfied associative property, then it is semi-group. That is A composition B composition C equal to A composition B composition C. This is called associative property. Associative property. Associative property. Okay. Okay. So for example of that is example of semi-group. Example of semi-group, that is n cross n plus z plus z into q into R semi-group. But Z minus is not semi-group. Is not semi-group. Now let us discuss what is semi-group. That means a algebraic structure G is called semi-group if the binary operation, that is associative property holds, then it is called semi-group. Only associative property. If associative property holds, then we can say it is a semi-group. Say for example, suppose natural number. You say take any three numbers from natural number. Take any three numbers. I am taking three numbers from this natural number. Say 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now n cross and n plus is a semi-group. So now I am checking n cross first. 2 cross 3, according to this property, just following. 2 cross 3 cross 4 is equal to 2 cross 4 cross 3. Yes, it is true. It is true. So binary. So this is n cross is a semi-group, because this result and this result will be same. This result, follow me, this result and this result will be same. So n cross is a semi-group because this n cross, that is cross, satisfies binary composition, associative property. Now if we take plus, say plus, then plus here, then plus here, then plus here, then plus here. Yes, plus also. This result, that is 5 plus 4, 9, 7 plus 2, that is also 9. So this result and this result are same. So we can say n plus is a semi-group. N because plus n plus, that is plus, is satisfies associative property. Now in case of, suppose you can say n minus is a semi-group or not. Yes, you can check it. That is, here you are taking minus, here you are taking minus, you are taking minus over here you are taking minus over here. Now you check whether this is a semi-group or not. 2 minus 3 minus 1, minus 1 minus 4, minus 1 minus 5. Here 4 minus 1, that comes 1. 2 minus 1, 1. So this side not equal to this side. Therefore associative property does not hold. So n minus, that is n minus is not a semi-group. Similarly, I have written Z plus is a semi-group, but Z minus is not a semi-group. Z minus is not a semi-group. Why Z minus is not a semi-group? If we take Z minus, say Z minus, that means Z means Z is an integer. If we take this, that is 3 numbers, then 3 numbers from Z, then that 3 number will satisfy the associative property. So Z plus Z into, these are all satisfies the associative property. So Z plus Z into is a binary, semi-group. Now you can check. I have written here Z minus is not a semigroup. Suppose you are taking, Z. Okay. What is Z actually? What is Z? Z means Z equal to, I have written Z equal to what? Z is a integer. That is dot 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 minus 3, minus of 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, dot 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 dot. So now take any three numbers, say minus 3, minus 2, then 3, 2, then 2. Okay, these three numbers. Now associative property, minus 3, minus of minus 2. Here I am taking 2. Okay, so minus 3, 2, and here I am taking 3. For easy calculation, minus 3, minus 3, minus 2, then minus 3, then equal to minus 3, minus 2, minus 3, minus 3, minus 2, minus 3. Now these two values same. Check it. Minus 3, minus 2, that is minus 3, minus 2, minus 5, minus 5, minus 3, minus 8. Here minus 2, 2 minus 3, 2 minus 3, tell me minus 1. Minus 3, minus 1, minus 4. These two are not same. That is not equal. So Z minus is not a semigroup. Z minus is not a semigroup. Z minus 1 is not a semigroup. Now you can see what is monoid. A semigroup is called a monoid. That means it should be the semigroup. That means it should satisfy the associative property. Monoid also satisfy the associative property. Why monoid should satisfy the associative property? Because a semigroup is called monoid. That means semigroup what? It's when a algebraic structure satisfied associative property. So we can say monoid is also satisfied. That is associative property. That means a semigroup is called monoid if there exists an identity element E such that E composition A equal to A composition E. So this is the formula. You have to check. This is the formula for monoid checking, by checking whether it is monoid or not. Okay. So here E composition A equal to A composition E equal to A for all A belongs to G. Here E is the identity element. Here I am taking a natural number 2. Now from natural number I am taking one element. 1 into 2, that is 2 into 1, that comes 2. So 2 belongs to natural number. So here 1 is the identity element because 1 belongs to n. Now can you say any other number which is an identity element? Say suppose 3. So 3 into 2, that is 2 into 3, but equal. But this not be equal to 2. That is 6 is not equal to 2. So we can't say 2 is the identity element. So I think you understood very nicely semigroup, monoid. What is semigroup, what is monoid, and what is groupoid. Okay, these three things you understand very clearly. You understood very clearly what is semigroup, what is monoid, and what is groupoid. This is in your syllabus. This is very, very important. Student, you have to learn very nicely with example. So okay, thank you very much. Thank you.